Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw the Royal Ghost from Clash Royale. I'm going to get started at the top of my page with the lower edge of the eyebrow. So we're going to start on the left side of center. Starting from the outside, I just want to curve down and then in. I'm going to leave a small gap in the center and do the same thing on the right side. Starting on the inside, we'll curve up and then out towards the right. Now on the inside, I just want to curve these in for the inner part of the eyebrow, going up and then slightly in. Now on the outside, I just want to curve in the opposite direction. So on the left side, we'll curve out and then up. Now I just want to connect these 2 points with a straight line. Let's add a little bit of texture to the eyebrows. So starting on the left side at the very top, I'm just going to draw a short curve coming down and then in. I'm going to step over and draw one more. Now from the inside at the bottom here, I'm going to curve in the opposite direction, going up and then out. We'll mirror that on the right side. In between the eyebrows at the bottom corners, I want to draw a curve for the bridge of the nose, going up in the middle and then down. Now I'm going to tuck the eyes in underneath the eyebrow. So it's a small half circle. Starting on the left side, I'm going to curve down and I'm going to pull that up in towards the inside of the eyebrow. Now we're going to see a little bit of the edge of the pupil on the top edge on the inside. Starting on the top on the left, we'll curve down and pull that up, fill that in black. Do the same thing on the right. Just a small edge of the pupil. Now let's add an eye bag. So on the left side of the eye, I'm going to curve down a little bit lower in the middle and then back up towards the inside. Now let's move down in the center and draw on the tip of the nose. So we're going to start with the curve from left to right, coming down in the middle, and then back up. Now I'm going to add the nostril. From the left side, I'm just going to curve around and then in. On the top of the left nostril, I'm going to step down, just draw a curve going around and then in on both sides, just for the edge of the nose. Now let's move down and draw on the mustache. From the side of the left nostril, I'm going to curve down and out towards the left to right about there. We'll do the same thing on the right. Now I'm going to curve this down and then in. Now I'm going to curve this back up just towards the nose, but we're going to leave a little gap at the top. So starting by curving up and then in. Now stepping down, we're going to draw the edge of the mustache. Starting from the left side, we're going to curve up and then down. Let's add a little bit of texture to the mustache. So about halfway along this curve, I'm going to go up and then in with a short line on both sides. And then in the middle, on the left side of center, I'm just going to draw a short line going up. Now I'm going to move up towards the side of the eyes and draw on the side of the cheek. So on the left side, I'm going to curve around the bottom of the eye bag and then curve that in towards the mustache. Now let's go in and draw in the beard. We're going to start just beside the cheek, curve down and then out. Now I'm going to add some layers to the beard. Starting from these ends, I'm just going to draw a short curve coming down and then in. Now I'm going to overlap this with the second layer. So stepping up and in, I'm just going to cross this line, going over and then out. And then again, we're going to curve this down and then in. With a slightly longer line. We're going to make our way towards the center. Now we're going to do another overlap. Stepping up, we're going to curve over that line and then out. Now from here, we're going to come down towards a center point. Start on the left side, we'll curve down and then in towards the middle. I'm going to curve this back up on the right side. Now let's go in and add some texture to the beard. So halfway along this curve, I'm just going to go up and then in with a short line. We'll do the same thing on the right. Now here we're going to add two. Starting at the top, we'll curve up, do a slightly longer one just below it. And then along the bottom as well. Starting from the outside, start with a short curve on either side. I'm going to draw a slightly longer one beside it. And then one more on the inside. Draw a short one on the left and then a long one on the right. Now just below the mustache in the center here, I'm gonna draw two short lines coming straight down. Now we're gonna add one more at the base of the mustache. So at the bottom here on the left, we're gonna curve down and then out and on the right. And from the side of the eyebrows, I'm just gonna curve around the ears. So from the top corner of the eyebrow, we're gonna step down and just curve around. We're gonna tuck this in behind the beard. Now along the top, just touching the edge of the eyebrows, we're gonna draw a curve for the crown. Starting on the left, just outside of the eyebrow, curve down in the middle, and then back up on the right side. From the ends of the crown, I'm gonna draw two angled lines going up and then out. We're gonna go straight across with a short line. Now we're gonna come down with a short angle. Now let's go in with a short line, going straight across. Now we're gonna go to the center point. From the left side, we're gonna go up in an angle. We wanna leave a gap in the center here. And we'll close off the top with a straight line. Now in the center of the crown, there's this diamond shape. So we start at the top with a point. We're gonna come down on both sides with an angle. Now we're gonna come down in towards the center. On the sides of the crown, I'm gonna draw the profile edge of the diamond. So from this point, we're gonna step down, draw an angled line coming down. Now we're gonna pull this back in towards the side of the crown. We'll do that on both sides. Okay, so now that we've drawn in the head, let's work our way down the body. I'm gonna start with the shoulders first. From the corner of the beard, I'm gonna step down and just draw a curve coming down and out towards the left, and down and out towards the right. Now these points are gonna curve down in behind the beard. So let's start on the left, come down, and then pull that in behind the beard. I'm gonna add a little trim just on this outside here. So taking this curve, stepping in, and just duplicating it. Now we're gonna tuck the body underneath the shoulders. So on the left side here, just on the side here, we're gonna curve down, and we're just gonna pull that into right about there. Do the same thing on the right. So we're gonna line this up, curve down, and we're gonna pull that in. Now in between these 2 points, there's this large buckle. So we're gonna start with a line going straight across from the left, just touching the tip of the beard. I'm gonna come down with 2 shorter lines to create a rectangle. And then we'll close off the bottom with a straight line. Now I'm gonna trace this out on the inside. Leave an even spaced gap all the way around. Now from the sides of the hip, I want to curve in behind the buckle. Now we're going to go below the point, the top point of the buckle. Starting on the left, we'll curve down and then in. From the corner of the body, we're going to draw 2 short lines coming down for the edge of the belt. And then again, we're going to curve this in behind the buckle just above the corner points. On the left side here, we're gonna draw a curve. Starting from the top, curve out, and then back down. And then on the right side, we're gonna draw 2 small circles and then fill them in black. One on the inside, one on the outside, and we'll fill that in black. Now let's continue down with the lower part of the vest. From the corner of the belt, I'm just gonna curve out and then down on either side. Now let's move to the center. We're gonna leave a small space underneath the belt buckle. On the left side, I'm gonna curve down and then out with a longer line. Go out towards the right. Now we're gonna connect these 2 points with a curve. Let's start on the left side. And then I'm gonna add a little trim along the bottom here. So we're gonna take the same curve and just duplicate it right up above. Now in this space here, we're gonna add the lower part of the armor. So from the corners, we're gonna step up, draw a curve going across. Now in the center here, we're gonna leave a small gap. On the left side, I'm gonna curve down and out towards the left, towards the heel, and we'll move over towards the right, curve out, and then down towards the right. Now let's draw in a curve for the bottom part of the feet. From the heel, we're gonna curve down, and then back up towards the toe. Now from the toe, I'm going to curve up towards the top of the foot and then down, aiming towards the heel. So let's start on the left side. I'm going to curve up. Now I'm aiming towards the heel. I'm going to stop right about here. Now from this point, I'm going to curve in the opposite direction towards the inside of the leg. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving up and pulling that down. Now we'll curve in the opposite direction towards the inside of the leg. I'm going to add a little trim along the bottom of the slipper. From this point at the toe, we're going to step up and just follow that same curve going in towards the heel. Now on the left side at the top of the foot, I'm going to draw a curve coming down. You're going to taper this all the way down towards the sole. Curving down and then in. Now let's draw on the outer part of the leg. From the top of the foot, I'm going to curve out the outer part of the leg, aiming towards the hip. So I'm going to curve out and then underneath this lower part of the vest. Now let's move up and draw on the arms. I'm going to start on the right side, about halfway along the body. I'm going to curve down and then out. From here, I'm going to draw on the thumb. So it's a half circle going around and then back in. At the end of the thumb, I'll draw a little bracket. At the bottom of the thumb, I'm going to draw on the first finger. So we're going to go around the bracket and then go up. We're going to step down and draw another curve going around and then up for the second finger. Now the third finger is going to go around, up about halfway up the arm. I'm going to go around and then up to right about there. From here, I'm going to curve over and then in towards the inside of the arm. Now from this point of the glove, we're going to step in and curve in behind the shoulder. I want to leave a little bit of an overlap along the top here. And then halfway down this arm, starting from the body, I'm going to curve up and then out. Let's add a little trim to the glove. From this point, we're going to step down and just follow that same curve going across. Let's add some separations in the finger. From this point in the bracket, I'm going to curve down and then back up towards the seam. Do the same thing with the center finger and then the last finger. Now on the left side, I'm going to have him holding the sword. So let's start with the upper part of the arm first. From the top of the shoulder, I'm going to step down, draw an angled line coming down and then out. From here, we're going to angle up towards the wrist with a short line. Now let's draw on the thumb. From this point, I'm going to go up. I'm going to swirl this around and pull this up about halfway along this curve. Now at the tip of the thumb, I'm going to hook this back down and in. Let's stack the fingers in behind the thumb. So we're going to start on the outer part of the thumb here, almost like drawing an oval, going out, and then we'll pull that back in. At the outer part of this finger, we're going to do that again. We're going to curve out, around, and then tuck this in underneath the thumb, and we'll do that one last time. Now just underneath the last finger here, I'm going to draw a circle for the end of the handle, starting from the top, circle around. Now I'm going to draw a smaller circle on the inside. Now let's draw the handle going in behind the fingers. So on either side of the circle, we're going to draw two lines going up. Now at the top here, right at the top of this finger, I'm going to draw a straight line going all the way up towards the tip of the sword. Going up with a slight angle. Now from this point, I'm going to step over towards the top of the finger, angling up and out. We'll do the same thing on the right, stepping over and then angling out. We're going to draw two circles on the end. Starting from this line, go around and then back in. Do the same thing from this line, going around. Draw two smaller circles on the inside. Now from the side of the circle, we're going to go up and in towards the center line, and then down towards the right. Now let's move up towards the tip of the sword. From the top, I'm going to come down and out towards the left, and then back to the top, we'll come down and out towards the right. Now we're going to pull these in towards the top of the hilt, about halfway along this line. Starting on the left, draw a straight line coming down, do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to draw in the lower part of the arm. So behind this handle, right down here, we're going to curve down and then up for the lower part of the palm. Now about halfway along this curve, we're going to come down, and then in. From this point, I want to curve in and then up towards the inner part of that elbow. This is for the edge of the glove. Now from here, I want to step in, curve down the elbow, and then up in behind the body. Let's add the edge of the sleeve. From that inner part of the elbow, we're going to curve down and then pull that in behind the body. Let's add that trim on the glove. So we're going to step up, just follow that same curve, going all the way up towards the top of the wrist. Now from here, I'm going to tuck the back of the cape in behind the body. So in line with the shoulder, we're going to step down, underneath the arm, we're going to curve down, and then out towards the left. Do the same thing on the right. So lining up with the shoulder, we'll come down to the bottom of the hand, curve down, and out towards the right. Now these 2 points are going to curve and join up in the middle here. So start on the left, curve down. Now right here I want to add a little notch. It's almost like an upside down V. And I'm going to continue this in behind the legs up towards the right. Going in between the legs, and then continue over on the right. Now I'm going to add a trim on the outside and along the bottom. So we're going to follow the same curve on the inside, down. Now we're going to go behind this notch, curving in behind, continuing here, and then in between the legs. Now we're going to go up on the right side, and then up behind the fingers, up underneath the arm. So we'll go up behind the thumb, and then continue behind the arm. Now I'm going to go back to this hand here and add some separations for the armored glove. Starting from the top of the finger, we're just going to curve around and then back down. We'll do that on each of the fingers. Now one final thing I want to add is some armor texture in the sleeves and the center section. So it's a series of circles. So we'll start on the left side here, draw a circle, and then right beside it, we'll add another circle. Now we're going to have to tuck these in behind the body and the shoulder. So right here, in behind the body, and then in between the circles at the top, we'll add almost like a half circle. You can see a little bit on the inside. Let's do the same thing on the right. So right up against the side here, we'll add a circle, and we'll continue this all the way around the edge of the sleeve. And then right here, we'll see a little bit. And then in between, just above, we'll add another series of circles. Now this is gonna get tucked in behind the sleeve. Half one here, and then one final one along the top, and then along the center here. We're going to start right in the middle with a circle, and we'll work our way towards the right and then the left, tucking this in behind the vest. And then in the center, right in between, we'll add another series of circles. In the center. Now on the right, left, and you'll probably see a little bit at the top here, and that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's the Royal Ghost from Clash Royale. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.